Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So we are going to be working on the BMW E46 Touring, and in this video I want to attempt to replace this tailgate. As we can see, it has been taken apart. I've removed the number plate strip underneath here and also the handle that you use to open the tailgate, just to investigate the extent of the rust. And as you can see, it is really quite bad underneath here. I'm guessing the seal around the around this section here that should go in place. It's held in by these 4 screws. I'm guessing that fails. It lets water in and then it rusts from the inside out. So needless to say, this thing is going to be getting replaced. Now you would expect it'd be fairly easy to replace the tailgate. You'd expect you just lift it up and there would be, I don't know, 2 to 4 bolts you just have to remove, and then you just remove the struts and then this thing just comes away, right? Oh, and you may expect like a multi-plug or something. No, it's not that easy at all. So the wiring for this thing, well, there's actually 2 wiring looms. There is one that goes to the glass part of the tailgate, then there's one that goes to the the actual tailgate, because the tailgate is actually in 2 parts. So you have this section here and then you have the steel part. So instead of just being able to unplug the tailgate and the glass at any given point, you actually can't. The wiring loom actually feeds all the way through into the glass part and all the way through into the tailgate. So essentially, if you want to replace the tailgate, you have to unplug everything and then feed it all the way back through, and it goes all the way down here and through a grommet, and then obviously then it has to be removed from here as well, and then you have to feed that all the way through to your new tailgate. So it kind of is a big job. I don't know why they just couldn't have a multi-plug or something on here where you just unplug and then you take all the wiring from your new tailgate and then just plug it right in. I don't know why, but yeah, it's like I said, it's a fairly big job, and I actually need to remove the lights because the new tailgate does not have lights, so we need to remove them as well. So then my plan of action is to unbolt the tailgate. There is, I believe, behind this trim, I think 4 bolts. I think there's 2 that holds the entire tailgate to the car, and then 2 that hold the tailgate to the glass section. So my plan is to remove all of those, and then with the glass section essentially fold it over with the wiring loom still intact, because I am going to be using this glass section that's on the car. I'm not going to bother removing all the wiring from it. The glass section is still good. So I'm essentially just going to take this, fold it over onto the roof while I tackle the tailgate itself. But before I do that though, I'm going to go ahead and unplug all of this wiring and then route it back. Like I said, I believe it goes down here, and then there is a grommet along here somewhere, so I need to try and get all of this wiring through that grommet, and then the tailgate, like I said, can come away from the car. But I'll keep you updated anyway as we go along. Like I said, I'm sure this is going to be a fun job, a lot more involved than you would expect just to remove a tailgate. Okay, so a little update with where we are at then. So I removed the trim piece along the top. I've also removed the trim piece along the side, which is these 2 trim pieces just here. And then what I've also done is disconnected the wiring loom from these connectors here and from the lights as well. Then what I've done is fished this bung out of here, and essentially I need to pull the entire wiring loom through this gap here. It's going to be tight, but it's the only option we have, and then the wiring loom is pretty much away from the tailgate then, which means it essentially can be removed. Okay, so we managed to get the wiring loom through this hole here. As you can see, that really is quite rusty and crusty around there, but yeah, none of the connectors broke or anything, so that's good. So now this wiring loom then is free away from the tailgate itself. As you can see, it goes to the glass part and then it also goes through that bung into the main wiring loom of the car. Now the only thing holding the tailgate on is these bolts here, which I'm actually gonna go ahead and remove both of these on either side and then actually just leave the glass in place. I'm sure the glass is bolted down here. I thought I was gonna have to unbolt this and then, like I said, fold the glass over, but I don't think I'm gonna even need to do that now. I think if I just remove these bolts here, 2 on either side, then the tailgate should then come away. Then I can just go ahead and bolt up the new one to it. So yeah, we'll see how that goes anyway. Okay, so both of the struts now removed. Now it's just a case of the 4 Torx bolts at the top, which are a T40. Make sure the glass isn't full. I think it's on the hinge that's into the car. And with the old tailgate removed, the new one can go in place. Okay, so the new tailgate is now in. Now I am going to have to readjust these bolts just so I can get the alignment correct with the rest of the car, but I'll do that after we've put everything else back. Now it's going to be the nice fun task of rerouting the wiring loom back through this hole here and securing it with this grommet, and then obviously plugging everything back in as it should be. And as if by magic, the wiring loom is now back through. As you can see, it's sitting in this bracket here at the top. It's gone through the bung, that's seated nicely, and we now have the wiring loom back through. It's just a case of plugging everything back in and then transferring the lights from the original tailgate into the new one. Okay then, so as you can now probably see, it is starting to get dark, but we are pretty much now back together. As you can see, new tailgate is now properly aligned. The new lights are in, and I've actually went ahead and reinstalled all of the relevant trim pieces as well. This panel is held in by a whole bunch of Phillips screws, and then there is 2 push clips as well, and then obviously you have this lock, I don't know what you call it, but yeah, this is where it goes into the lock, and then there's these push clips as well, push rivets. They just pull out and then obviously push back in again, and yeah, everything is connected back up. I'll lift up the glass as well. As you can see, all the trim pieces are back, everything is nice and clean. It's pretty much job done. Okay, so that is the tailgate replaced then. Yeah, the car is really starting to come together now. We've pretty much eliminated like 95% of the rust on the bodywork of the car, which is amazing. Obviously we have replaced both of the front wings now. We've replaced the tailgate, which was where you know, a good considerable amount of rust was. And yeah, the new tailgate that we've replaced it with, you know, there's like 0 rust on that, so that is all good. I am probably going to be replacing the gas struts as well. I have a new pair of those to go on, and I also have a fresh set of number plates to go on as well, which I think will really tidy up the car, really just finish it off, and yeah, make it look a whole lot smarter really. But yeah, I hope this video has been somewhat helpful. I know it really hasn't been like a how-to guide. It's one of them things where it's like I just wanted to, you know, crack on and get it done. But hopefully, you know, you have picked up some things along the way. So important points to remember then, if you are replacing the tailgate, if you can, leave the glass section on your car and just replace the tailgate section and make it a whole lot easier. All you need to do is get to the wiring loom, unplug it, feed it all the way through that grommet, and then basically do the reversal when you install your new tailgate. That's going to be the easiest option for you to do. But yeah, like I said, I hope this video has been helpful. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please give it a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, and I'll catch you all in that next one.